Hey everyone, it's Anthony Allen Ramos. Okay, so it's been about 6 months since Braunwyn Windham-Burke came out to me here. But since then, she has been using her voice to uplift and inspire LGBTQ youth, especially in her hometown of Orange County. And I'm so excited to be catching up with her today, just in time for Pride Month. Braunwyn, how are you?
I am so good. I was actually getting my makeup done today with Chelsea, my makeup artist, and I was like, what a difference 6 months makes. When I sat down with you last time, I was shaking. Remember I spilled water all down my shirt and like I was shaking.
It was a big moment, but I mean, I think, how are you doing since then? I mean, you seem very happy and, confident. You're feeling good?
I'm feeling amazing. I think the best way to describe it for me is like I was wearing the wrong size coat my whole life and now it fits. Like my skin fits. And when I first came out, I was still figuring it out myself. Where do I fit into this new world? And I've figured it out. And it's almost like I get a second chance at life. I feel like every day I wake up so excited, and it's like a weight that you didn't even know you had on your shoulders has been lifted off.
How is family life? How are the children? How is Sean? How's everyone doing?
I mean, it's not easy. And I don't want to, make it seem like, oh yeah, I'm gay, I'm married, everything's great. It's not that. It's definitely a day by day process. Some days are good and some days are really not great. We have a lot of hurt feelings sometimes. We have had to raise our communication and honesty level to something that I didn't even know was possible. When you say, is everything fine? I'm fine, everything's fine. We can't do that anymore. We actually have to talk about things and not let them fester with resentment. So Sean and I are doing the best I think that we can.
Mhm.
You know, we have sort of a loose plan for the next year. I hope it works out, but we also know that things could change. So we're doing as good as we can. We really want to put the kids first. We want this transition in our life to be as easy on them as possible. So the older kids, they have mixed reactions. Bella's uncomfortable with this. Rowan and Jacob are very supportive,
Mhm.
because they are part of the queer community themselves. So for
Right.
them, it's not for them, it's just, they are giving me the support that I've always given them. And then the younger kids, there's an age appropriateness. One of my sons, my 8-year-old son, saw me kissing someone, and I kind of had to have a conversation about what was going on. And the way that we walked away from it was, mommy's gay, but daddy. And I'm like,
Mommy, yay, but okay.
yeah, that works for now, because
Right,
what they
yeah.
want to know is that they're safe, family's okay, at 8, 6, and 3,
Right.
they want to feel secure. And we've been able to give them that. So mommy's gay, but daddy. Perfect.
There you go. I do want to talk more about, everything going on with you, but you just actually did a really great event. And as I mentioned when we started, you really have made it a priority to really connect with LGBTQ youth, especially in your hometown of Orange County, where I think there can be a lot of conversation. So you got to work with PFLAG on Parenting Day. I know a lot of exciting people were at this event. Tell me a little bit about what that was like, because I think Vice President Kamala Harris's husband was also there, right?
Yeah, when I got the roster, I was floored. I was like, whoa, this is so above my pay grade. Um, but it was just a very humbling experience. I was very honored. I was very grateful to be asked to do it and to have Jacob do it with me. PFLAG is Parents and Friends of Lesbian and Gays. For those of you that don't know, they have a national chapter, but they also have local chapters. So in my town, I have PFLAG Newport Beach, which is run by a really good friend of mine. Her name is Jessica Herthel. She's the author of I Am Jazz, which became the TV series about Jazz Jennings. And when I came out, I realized a lot of my social groups changed, my friendships changed, my community was changing. And Jessica was one of those people that I still felt safe with. She is a school mom, but she's also very big in the LGBTQIA plus community. So she was my safe friend for a long time. And during the holidays, I thought, what can I do? And so I started donating my cameos, and now I donate all of them. So any cameo you get from me goes towards PFLAG Newport Beach, and we were able to raise enough money to get 2 scholarships to LGBTQ youth in our neighborhood, in our community of Newport Beach, to graduating seniors.
That's
And
great.
then this beautiful woman, Stephanie, she has blue bud medals, and I'm wearing her pieces right now. She just gifted me these. And this one right here it's a little rainbow one. And I mean, I cried when she gave it to me because that was that moment of being seen, like, thank you, and celebrating it, because my coming out wasn't easy. You know, it was very public. There was a lot of media around it, and it wasn't always kind. And so this one little gesture from a stranger meant so much to me. So I reached out to her and said, hey, would you like to do a collaboration? I have an IGTV series called Amplifying Voices, or Amplified Voices, where we amplify the voices of people that might not otherwise have a voice. We do a lot in the LGBTQIA plus community, a lot for Black Lives Matter. We discuss things that a lot of times just aren't talked about because it's not polite. So under Amplified Voices, she created this line through Blue Bud Medals, and the proceeds go towards the PFLAG Newport Beach Scholarship Fund.
That's amazing. So you have 2 scholarships that you did already, and then now people can go buy these pieces of jewelry. And I assume is the link on your Instagram on how people can buy it?
Yeah, so if you go to my Instagram, the link is in the bio, Blue Blood Medals / Amplified Voices. They're between $65 and $260. They're beautiful. They're all repurposed. I mean, she gifted me some, but I actually bought some myself. I bought one for the girl I'm dating, you know.
Oh.
I bought them myself because I love them. And for me, it's important. Like, I'm only going to promote things that I personally love and wear. And I wear this every day.
It's really great. And so so basically these graduating LGBTQ seniors will have then a scholarship that they can put toward college. Is that how that works?
Exactly. So what happened was she asked everyone in her chapter to write an essay. So the graduating seniors to write an essay, and then they picked 2. We were able to raise enough money for 2 seniors to help towards their college funds for next year. So hopefully every year this will get bigger and bigger.
That's fantastic.
It is. And it's such a great way. You know, I always say, do what you can with what you have where you are. And this is something that I can do in my community. You know, Newport Beach is fairly conservative, and to support an organization like PFLAG in my own town means so much to me. And for kids that live in Newport to know that they are seen, they are loved, we are here to support you, and we want to help you, that means the world to me.
And what was it like? Because I think, you know, what a beautiful experience to get to share, you know, this with your son, Jacob, especially because, you know, definitely being on his own path, finding himself. He's so young still, right? Isn't he only, how old is Jacob?
He's 15.
15. So yeah, I mean, what has it been like for Jacob to kind of go through this coming out with you as well for him?
I mean, so I always feel like I need to clear this. So Jacob is not his issues. Jacob's journey is with gender. We aren't sure what pronoun to use, what to identify as. So that's where Jacob is on the journey. I think in a family like ours, when Jacob first says, I don't identify as male, I don't know what I identify as. And just for the record, if you ask what pronoun to use, Jacob will say any. So just to clarify that. So when Jacob first said that to us about this December 2019, we said, okay, you know, what do you need from us? How can we support you? We are here for you, whatever. And Jake said, just some space, just give me some time to figure this out. So we got a therapist in our neighborhood that deals with this specifically, gender identity, and kind of just took a step back and said, we're here for you. I was lucky to have a mentor, a friend of mine that I know from a different group that was a young non-binary person that has kind of taken Jacob under their wing. And so that's been nice. But for Jacob to have this last year and a half in quarantine, because his school still is closed, he's still at home 95% of the time. And just to have that quiet and that space to come, you know, on this journey in their own time has been really lovely.
Yeah, and please let Jacob know that, you know, if he would like to speak to GLAAD about anything about when it comes to gender identity, you know, non-binary, anything, we are here. But I'm so glad that I think you being supportive of Jacob's journey is such a good example to set for other parents who will, potentially be going through that. So, but since you brought it up, you said that you are dating someone, because after we did our interview in December of last year, since then, there have been so many things that people are saying that you are not with your girlfriend anymore, not with a girlfriend anymore, that you're really not a lesbian, you're back with Sean, all of these crazy rumors. So tell me, what is the truth?
Well, I'm definitely a lesbian.
That, we got that.
Let's just, okay, check, done. But no, in all seriousness, I think if someone comes out, you don't say you're lying. Like, no one becomes part of a marginalized group because it's easy. This hasn't been easy. And I don't want to minimize that. Coming out at 42 is hard.
Yeah.
And even in my own community, it's been hard, not just online. When I go to the soccer field, there's a tension there with a lot of the other parents and families in my neighborhood. So my whole community has changed. The people I hang out with, things I'm comfortable doing. It's different. I got rid of my membership at my local beach club because it wasn't comfortable for me there anymore. So it's not easy. And I just want everyone to know that, like, no one would do this if it wasn't real.
Mhm.
That being said, I'm still so grateful I have, because I am so happy waking up every morning. Chris and I adore Chris. We are still friends. We still see each other. There was no, big blow up or anything. We were just different parts in our lives, but she's still a part of my life. And I'm very grateful to everything that she has given me and being a part of this journey. I'm seeing someone else right now. I'm trying, not going very well, but I'm trying to keep it quiet. She just recently got out of a marriage herself. So we're kind of, trying to keep it to ourselves, but it's been really nice. It's been really nice to, it's been really nice. Yeah.
I'm glad that you're happy. And, of course it's going to be tough, and, you're not expected to have all the answers and be an expert about being, a lesbian or being gay as soon as you come out. Because I remember even with my own journey, I thought I didn't have all the answers either. So have you thought, are you hopeful that you get to, kind of now show this part of your life on the show, if there is another season, in the cards for you? Is that something you think you would like to do? In terms of, putting like you said, Orange County can be very conservative. And obviously, this is a new look at, someone who is a lesbian with family and dating.
I would love to. I think it's time. We had Fernanda on the show 10 years ago, and I went back and watched some old clips, and it was amazing how mistreated she was, and some of the things that people said to her that I don't think anyone would say out loud today. Right. So 10 years ago, we weren't ready. I think we are now. I mean, 2020 was a year of change for a lot of people. There's a lot of social justice happening right now. I think we need a gay housewife. I think, we need diversity across the board right now. And I think, yes, this is going to make some people uncomfortable. I know that, but that's okay. You need to be a little bit uncomfortable. That being said, when I grew up in the 80s and 90s, there was no representation. There was no one that I could look up to and say, she's gay and I can relate to her. I didn't have that. I want to be that representation for little girls. I was out at a restaurant the other day with the person I'm dating. We were kissing, and there was these two young girls there. They were looking at us, and they were holding hands too. And they were probably 16. And I was just like, I'm so happy that they can look at us and say, hey, it's okay. It's okay to hold your girlfriend's hand. It's okay to kiss your girlfriend in public. Because I still don't see that very often here in Orange County. I actually asked Sean last night, how often do you see two women together? And it's not often enough.
No, it's so true. I mean, speaking about that, like, has there been, in this kind of 6 months, some person or a story or a social media message that really resonated with you? Because like you said, there are a lot of people that now see you and probably feel inspired to be more honest with themselves and, you know, just feel like it's okay if they're lesbian or if they want to be out at 42, you know?
I was surprised. I think a lot of times you feel like you're the only one. You know, when you live in your own world, you feel like I'm the only one. I probably shouldn't have been surprised, but I was, by how many women reached out to me and said, thank you. I felt like this my whole life. Oh my gosh, I see you in me. I think Glennon Doyle really busted the door down when she wrote Untamed. And I'm just kind of walking through it and I'm like turning around and grabbing other women's hand and say, hey, follow me. You know, this is okay. It's okay to be gay. It's okay to be a woman, want a family, want that security. But still at the end of the night, when, you know, you get in bed and you want to cuddle with someone, I want to cuddle with another woman. That's okay. So yeah, I mean, I will say I've gotten off social media a lot. It really wasn't great for my mental health for a while there. I didn't need to hear the noise. I needed to focus on my family. But when there was one story that has sat with me forever, this one kid, 15, who I'm friends with, I actually reached out and got his phone number, who said he came out to his parents after watching my episode.
Wow.
And that is everything.
That's amazing. What does that feel like for you to know that, you know, someone, a young kid felt like it's okay to be gay, it's okay to be me because they saw you telling your truth?
I think that's the whole point of this. You know, we are gifted these amazing platforms, and to see that it's actually doing some good and helping someone, even one person, is everything. So if there's one kid that felt comfortable coming out to his parents, that makes it all worth it. I went with Jacob to a drag show in New York, and the amount of people that came up to Jakey and said, I'm just so proud of you. I didn't have that growing up. You know, you have the courage that I never did. I imagine there's other kids in other places in this country or the world who are looking at Jacob too and saying, if this kid can do it, so can I.
Yeah, no, and that's the power of TV. So I do really hope that we do, because I've been saying it for a long time. I was like, we definitely need, I would love to, like you said, a lesbian Real Housewife. I think that there's been a couple women who have maybe expressed previous things in the past, but we don't have, you know, like you saying I am a lesbian, and I think in Orange County we need that. So fingers crossed for next season.
Crossed for season 16. We should find out in the next few weeks. So I'll let you know.
Without going into too much specifics, do you feel throughout this process of coming out, do you feel like you have the support from your cast members?
I will say one cast member reached out and told me a very personal story about a friend of hers. And she said, I'm sorry I couldn't share this at the reunion because it wasn't my story to share, but I do understand why you've kind of pulled back. So that was Gina. Gina did reach out after and said, hey, this is a lot. I don't personally understand it, but I have a good friend who went through this, and it makes sense that you're pulling back because, and I think we talked about this, you know, the other day, when you do come out, your friendship groups change, who you're comfortable being around change. And I have pulled back from a lot of my old friendships just because it just hasn't been comfortable for me, or they haven't been as supportive. So I will say, most of my cast has been very unsupportive. I think one of them said I was the worst lesbian ever, but which I don't think is true.
I don't either. Yeah, we won't give them any more of that.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I did have Gina told me a really nice story, and said she kind of understood at least why you take, you know, kind of taking a step back from everything for a while.
Well, good. And I think as we, you know, look into Pride Month, I think it's important that we talk about sobriety, because I think it's a lot of people in our community struggle with it. And I know for you, getting sober was a gift, and it really allowed you to get to this place of where you are. I'm trying to think, are we coming up on a year for you? So, or is it longer?
No, almost 500 days.
Oh, so almost 2 years.
Well, no, it'll be 2 years, January 30th.
Oh, so got it. Okay, yeah.
482 days.
Well, congratulations on that. I mean, how, you know, tell me a little bit about, you know, where you're at with this journey, because that's a very long time and something to be proud of.
You know, on my 1 year sober anniversary, my sponsor said, okay, Now the real work begins.
Mhm.
And I understand what she meant. The first year was hard. I was chaotic. My mind was a mess. I was spiraling in different ways. My life was very chaotic. I wasn't drinking, but there was a lot of chaos inside of me. And there's definitely a calmness now in my life and in my family. Um, I was driving home yesterday coming home from LA, and I had this moment. I had done so many things that day, really cool, amazing things. I was coming home because I'm still in school. I went back to school. I was coming home to take my final, and it hit me that I am doing everything I ever wanted to do. I'm doing it well, and it's all because I'm sober.
Mhm.
So for me, sobriety has given me the gift of being able to do everything I've ever wanted. And
That's
that
really
is
powerful, yeah.
it's incredible. You know, if I look at my schedule, I do a lot every day. There's a lot of things I'm doing. I'm very active in the community, but it's never overwhelming. I can say yes. I know I'm going to show up. I know people can depend on me. It is beautiful. The first year was hard. There was a lot of struggling. You know, there was times when I considered relapsing, and like I never want to take it more than today, but I haven't had the urge to have a drink in a very long time. And I'm
Oh,
just so
yeah. Thank you for sharing that. And I think, yeah, because I think, we know that so many people in our community turn to drugs and alcohol because of inner demons, whether it's accepting themselves or family members not accepting them, or just, struggling with identity or who they are. So what would you say to anyone, now that you do have a little bit of time to be really grateful for, who might be, struggling with sobriety or thinking that maybe they should, or what would you say to any like LGBTQ person out there that might need a little words of wisdom?
well, I think the first thing I kind of want to mention is the safe places for us are the gay bars. You know, I spend a lot of time at the Abbey and Strat. So I would love, with things like PFLAG, to create safe places that aren't alcohol based. I think that would be, and that's something I'm working on right now. That would be my number one thing, that we can be together, we can be in safe places that don't have to involve alcohol. That being said, I still love to go out and have fun and dance, but you don't have to drink to have fun. So I know I drank, a lot of it had to do with the inner demons, not feeling comfortable in my own skin. When you are insecure and uncomfortable with who you are at your center, drinking helps you with that. I think a lot of times people think if you come out and everyone in the gay community accepts you, that's not true. So, you still have some journeys to go on. So I would say, one, alcohol doesn't make anything better. It doesn't make you more comfortable. It doesn't make you a better version of yourself. You are perfect just the way you are. And if you're around people that don't think that, then you need new people. You know, if you're around people that you have to drink to be comfortable around, find new people. That's my number one advice. Two, if you're drinking to excess, if you're drinking to where you're falling down or blacking out, DM me. Like, I am always here for you. I understand what it feels like to drink because you're not comfortable with yourself. DM me, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. No one in sobriety has to be alone. That is the best part of being sober, is you have a community. You have a built-in community of people that are there to help you. And I think the LGBTQ sober community is amazing. I am big in it. I go to a lot of meetings in West Hollywood and New York, and it's phenomenal, and it's fun, and it's great. And that's the one thing I always say. Okay, the first 9 months of sobriety, they kind of suck and it's not that much fun, but I have more fun now than I ever did. I do go out dancing. Dancing's opened up in Orange County about 3 weeks ago, and I have gone 5 times. I've stayed out late. I wear my sneakers and I dance the whole night, and I feel great.
I
And I don't
love
have
that.
to like use the bathroom every 10 minutes and wait in line to buy drinks. Like, I just get to dance.
Yeah.
I swear from the bottom of my heart, being sober is fun. So DM me. I'm always here.
Well, thank you. That's great. No, I thank you for sharing that, and congratulations. I'm so glad that you've found your way with that, and I think it's good for a lot of people to hear that too. I want to remind everyone that Braunwyn, like we said, is doing some great work to uplift some LGBTQ youth, especially in Newport and Orange County, where she's from. So these pieces of jewelry will be benefiting these scholarships, right? There's one right there. Yeah.
Wearing,
yeah.
wearing all today.
I love that. And there we go. And so those will be, the funds from those will be put towards scholarships for graduating LGBTQ kids for college. So I think that's so great. So be sure and check that out. It's all available on her Instagram. Braunwyn, best of luck. And this will be your first Pride.
I'm so excited. I heard LA was canceled, but I don't know. I'm gonna find a place.
We'll find a spot. Yeah. There's
day down.
Yeah. Can't cancel Pride, right? No, we're gonna be there. But yeah, and fingers crossed for, you know, what's ahead for the show. And it's always so good to chat with you. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll be together very soon.
All right. Thank you, Anthony. Mwah.
Thanks.